Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell. I'm your host, Keegan Jewell, and I'd just like to say thank you for tuning in this week. If it's your first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever it is. Here at the Monday Motivation Podcast, we are all about coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. What that means is we're going to break down one Monday at a time. Each and every Monday, we put out a new episode. So hit that subscribe button. Each week, new episode comes out. Why Monday? Because let's be honest, for many of us, we may get to Monday and say, man, it's Monday again. This is tough. This is the worst. It's awful. I want us to change that thinking into saying, you know what? Awesome. It is Monday again. I'm pumped. I can't wait. Look forward to Mondays. And so I want us to get our mindsets for Monday changed. One Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Each and every one of us has a purpose, has passion for something, has a calling in life towards something. And so coming together one Monday at a time, each and every Monday, we're talking about things that are going to draw us closer to that purpose, that calling, bring out those passions, help us figure out what we're passionate about, help us work in those passions, exactly that. So that's just what we're all about. Monday Motivation Podcast, all about coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. So again, hit that subscribe button and let's get into this week's episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell, where we are coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Good morning again, everybody. Again, this is the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell. I am your host, Keegan Jewell. I'd like to say, again, welcome if this is your first time. If you are a listener that tunes in each and every week, thank you again for coming back. Before we get too far into this episode, I just wanted to say real quick, if you are watching on YouTube, and that's something you normally do as well, you noticed last week there wasn't a video with it. It was just a logo. It was just audio. I had just a few technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, but when we recorded this, it decided not to save the video, so we just had to go audio. But we are back with video on YouTube. So even that, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever, and you're sitting there and it would be easier for you to watch something or have something to kind of look at as you're listening, feel free to check us out on YouTube. Again, you can just type in Monday Motivation Podcast episode, whatever it is, or you can look up, it's just under my personal account, Keegan Jewell, and it should come up. That being said, let's get into this week's episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell. And this one comes from, I don't know if anyone else has seen the picture before, but it's kind of used as satire in a way to show a little bit of how some people would say the public school system is. There's a picture, it's a cartoon, and it's got a picture of, a monkey, an elephant, a fish, and like a giraffe or some other random animal, right? And it says, okay, the only way, like the teacher, whatever, goes, whoever the past, you have to climb that tree right there. And you see these animals, and like I said, it's a monkey, monkey, elephant, fish, giraffe, like you get the gist. So really the monkey is going to be the only one that's going to be able to effectively climb the tree. And it's to show that, for the satire for schools is, not everyone has the same build. We're all tested on the same thing, but not everyone is at the same level or is able to do the same things, which I would agree. But to use this into purpose and passion is very key. It's very important if we want to move forward, if we want to really get into our passions and our purpose. Because we have to, one, not compare. And we've talked about that before on here. You cannot, once you try and compare yourself to others, you're going to fail because you're going to go and you're going to see where they're at. You're going to feel like you're so much further behind them, and you're going to pull yourself down. So one, we can't compare to others. But when it comes to not comparing, we also have to realize that we have our own set of tools, right? The tools I have in my toolbox are maybe it's the passions or the giftings or the knowledge I have is different than, someone else that I may come across tomorrow morning even. So again, that comes with comparing, but also taking a look and seeing what gifts, what knowledge, what tools do I have that I can use? What connections do I have that I can use? by using our own toolbox, it's going to help us get that much further. Because when we focus on what we have and building what we have, it's just going to continue to build and grow and grow. And all of a sudden, we're going to get to a spot where we're probably going to learn things along the way. Example, as many of you know, I talk about it a lot on here. I work in church ministry. If any of you caught the interview we had with Trevor Lee, I shared with him a conversation that him and I had when I first met him. That was it was all about life, what I'm called to, my purpose, what I feel like my purpose in life is. We were talking about ministry, talking about calling, and he even told me, he goes, even though you want to do church ministry, have something that if that does for some reason wasn't to work out, or there's a stretch where you're not doing that, you can provide. He said, get some sort of tool, some sort of, something that you can do, a set of skills that you can use to provide. And I think that's exactly that. When it comes to our purpose and our calling, we said it before too, your purpose is also going to come from your passion. So whatever you're passionate about, that's also going to be really what your tools can come from. When you look and say, okay, these are things I'm passionate about. Well, why am I passionate about? When I go to do these things, what do I see myself using and doing the most? And so that's one thing of just coming up with, if you don't have anything, come up with something that you can do and you can use. But we all have something. We all have that. And being able to use that, it just makes it so easy. It makes it easier. I don't want to say super easy, but it makes it easier, because then you begin doing things, you begin doing life, you begin getting closer to that purpose, that calling, and you go and you realize that when you get there, you're all set and ready to go. Prepare yourself now for what's going to happen when you reach that point. If you're not there, prepare now for what you are going to do. Prepare now for what you want to do and you're called to do. If you're already there, continue preparing. Continue to refine those tools that you have. Weirdly, I've seen a lot more people, obviously at this time, people going back to school, seeing this thing, seeing everyone go back to school. I've got students going back to school. I've got peers, some younger, peers going back to school. I see other people starting up college. And it's weird that this year a little bit, I'm like, oh, I kind of miss that, starting back up school, starting that. I mean, we should always be learning. We should always be growing. And, that's just it. I mean, even when we're in our purpose, we're in our calling, if we were to just reach it, and again, if we were to just reach it and be like, all right, yeah, I'm good, I'm done, that's not going to help us. It's not going to be beneficial. But when we refine those tools that we have, it's only going to make us sharper. It's going to only make us stronger. It's only going to help us down the road, because we are continuing to grow and develop those things that we already have. Grow and develop those. That's just the easiest way to put all of this. Grow and develop the tools that you have. If you're not in your purpose and calling, grow and develop them now, so that when you get there, you have that solid set that you can build off of. And if you're already there, continue to grow and develop them. Maybe it's a new one too. Like, always be looking to learn new things. I remember, I feel like the phrase isn't said enough, jack of all trades. I remember growing up, and you have, many different people in many different aspects of life that they would go and you would ask them, hey, anyone that could do it? Oh yeah, I could do that. I need someone to help me fix with this wiring issue. Oh yeah, I can help you. Hey, I need someone to help me fix this plumbing issue or these piping thing. Oh yeah, I can help. And it's the same person each time. Oh, I need someone to help with my car. Oh yeah, I can help with that. So many people knew so many different things. I think that for us, when it comes to our purpose and calling, we can look at what our purpose and calling is and go, okay, what areas can I learn so that I can be helpful more than just one thing? Because one, if you're helpful and know many different things, that's going to only going to help you when it comes to promotions, because they're going to see, hey, you know what, he can do this, this, and this. Let's give him that shot. But also just going to help you in life, knowing different things. So again, grow and develop those. Grow and develop the tools that you have. Grow and develop just the things that you have in your tool belt, your toolbox. and just really let them guide you, build you as you go further into your purpose and your calling. Let your passion grow. Let your passion grow those tools as you grow and develop them. And again, always have a skill set that you can always fall back on. That's key. That's big. And grow and develop those tools. Build them up now for when you reach that purpose and calling, or if you're in that purpose and calling, continue to grow and develop them so that you're always sharp. You're always seen as someone that's growing, always seen as someone that's bettering themselves. So let's work on that this week. Make that the focus this week. Make that the focus of growing and developing the tools that you have in life. That being said, this is another episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell, where we are coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Make sure you check us out on social media, on Instagram, at Monday Motivation Podcast. Or if you're on Facebook, check out the Hope Project Reel. Send a message on there. Either one of those, get back to you. But let me know. I'd love to hear if this is impacting anyone. I'd love to hear if this is helpful to anyone. But until then, this is, again, another episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell, where we are coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential.